Hello my friends and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George and today I am thrilled to be reviewing the wonderful new album Foregone from Sweden's very own In Flames, a band synonymous with the Gothenburg sound, the melodic death metal sounds. Absolutely love this album. It's really grown on me. Although from the first listen I could tell that it was something quite special. So to give you a little bit of background here, this album is the first album since 2019's I the Mask, and that album started to see the band definitely turning back towards a more heavy sound and style. For a number of years, In Flames had been very much towing the line of melodic, keeping more to that style than the death metal style. However, there were some heavier moments than others, and I did feel that albums like Sounds of the Playground Fading and Siren Charms, they certainly had their strengths and really good material there. Battles for me was a little bit, it fell just a little bit short, but again, it's not a bad album at all. I the Mask, a notable improvement, but Forgone, absolutely brilliant. A really first-rate In Flames album. I absolutely love that creepy, sinister artwork there. Really cool. Got the Jester, sort of the Keeper of Time there. Some weird stuff going on, but absolutely brilliant. I would say that this is easily my favourite In Flames album for quite a number of releases. That is how good it is. I prefer it to I the Mask, Battles, Siren Charms, Sounds of the Playground Fading, going back and back and back. I think it's an absolutely first-rate album. I'll just take you through the lineup here. We've got Anders Frieden on vocals, who throughout the album delivers such a good performance. He does his aggressive vocals very well, but he also delivers some amazing clean vocals, really good voice. Certainly there's one track in particular which is called Pure Light of Mind. It's the 7th track, I believe. Now that he delivers this really soft, gentle, almost like whispered vocals, but it really works. It's really clear, it's really subtle, but it's really good. So it just shows he has quite a considerable vocal range. Then we've got Tanner Wayne on drums, absolutely smashing it. Can't fault it at all. Bryce Paul on bass. You've got Chris Broderick on guitars, and then you have Bjorn Gelotti on guitars as well. Absolutely brilliant musicians. Cannot fault the musicianship here one little bit. Certainly not Anders' vocals. So, let's take you through some of those tracks. Now, weirdly, although I would still say this is a melodic death metal album, definitely, as compared to some of the more recent albums of theirs, I think that some of them, at times you might struggle to call it a melodic death metal album, but this is, in my opinion, this is pretty clear-cut melodic death metal, but there are a few interesting elements thrown in there. Take tracks like Meet Your Maker and Bleeding Out. Those are the 3rd and 4th tracks on the album. Both of them have a little bit of a metalcore kind of vibe to them. Not just in the sort of the delivery of the riffs, these crushing, chugging riffs, but we've also got really hooky, really catchy choruses, really soaring, chant-along stuff, the sort of stuff that in a live setting would have everyone losing their minds. Brilliant stuff. But backtracking ever so slightly, the album kicks off with the beginning of All Things That Will End, which is a very nice, gentle acoustic intro, abruptly concluded by State of Slow Decay, which is, without a doubt, a solid melodic death metal track. Great riffs, brilliant riffs, some really crushing moments. Anders' vocals, his aggressive vocals, absolutely fantastic. A massive, memorable chorus. Sounds absolutely brilliant. Then we've got those two brilliant, dynamic tracks, Meet Your Maker and Bleeding Out. Fantastic songs. Cannot fault them at all. Even though they're a bit more modern in sound, and I think that's fair to say. It's a 2023 release. In Flames over the years have consistently diversified and kept their sound and style very dynamic and fresh and up to date. So yeah, it does sound modern. It doesn't necessarily sound like the sort of stuff that we would have had on Clayman or Lunar Strain, no, but it sounds up to date and relevant. Then we've got part 1 and 2 of Foregone, both absolutely fantastic, killer musicianship there. We've got the brilliant Pure Light of Mind, which is, it's almost like a heavy ballad. It's a heavy ballad track with that amazing vocal work from Anders there. He sounds absolutely fantastic. Then we've got The Great Deceiver, another brilliant song, as is In the Dark. Really heavy moments, quite dark and sinister at times with In the Dark, certainly. Just start to finish, this album is top notch. A dialogue in B flat minor, brilliant track. Quite heavy, again, it's a little bit odd, a little bit different at times. And then we've got Cynosphere and the closing track, End the Transmission. End the Transmission is massively hooky and very groovy. It's got a great melody. It's got a great groove to it. It's a really great track. You can imagine in a live setting again, that would be a great one for getting everyone interacting, everyone moving. And Cynosphere, as I say, absolutely top-notch track. I really do genuinely mean it when I say that this is a fantastic In Flames album, and it's certainly my favourite for quite a while. So if you've maybe been put off by some of their more recent albums and the directions that they've headed in over those last few releases, this album, Foregone, is guaranteed. Well, I can't guarantee, nothing's guaranteed in life, but except death and taxes, but I can pretty safely reassure you that this is an album that will no doubt reaffirm your faith and trust and love for In Flames. So, Foregone by In Flames, a mighty album. The choice picks for me would be State of Slow Decay, I would say Bleeding Out, and I'm going to go with the closing track, End the Transmission. Brilliant song, all brilliant. To be honest, not a bad track on this album. There's no filler, it's all killer stuff. Just start to finish, really brilliant metal. So if you haven't heard it, check it out. If you're not familiar with In Flames, as I said, with quite a few In Flames albums, this is as good a place to start as any. Because, to be honest, I don't think they have a bad album. I think they just have different albums. Very, very dynamic. So check it out. It's a mighty fine album. What do you think of this fine release? I'm interested to hear. Of course, do check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all the good heavy things. Feel free to like and subscribe. And as always, take care, my friends. Stay heavy.